Start.
Hi, today I would like to give a presentation about future communication technologies aiding smart meter infrastructure. Smart meter. What is smart meter? It is basically one of the innovative and the most modern technology in the present era. There are different types of smart meters like water smart meter, gas smart meter, electric smart meter, and so on. Today, I'll be more focusing on what is electric smart meter and its infrastructure. Electricity. This is one of the most important resources in everyone's life for performing their day-to-day activities. Even the development of countries based on the electricity and its purposes. So, first, initially, I'll be talking about what is a smart metering infrastructure based upon electric. Smart grid, often referred as the next generation power grid. It is basically a bidirectional communication between utility providers as well as the consumers. So, it will be making more convenient for the consumers as well as the utility providers for billing and for the rest of purposes. So smart meters, basically there will be a smart meter at the consumer end, and for using that smart meter the billing and the rest of purpose will be carried out. It is more by implementing the smart meter technology, it will become more consumer friendly and will be more easy for the consumers to perform their functions and day-to-day activities. Permits users to use more energy when it costs less and to use less energy when it costs more. This is basically the demand side management of that particular energy meter. So if you are at that, there will be peak time for the electricity and there will be less demand time for this electricity. So the consumers can use the electricity when its cost is less, and they can avoid the use of electricity when its cost is very high. So there is in conventional energy meter there are two types of meters over there, electronic meters as well as electromechanical meters. So by implementing the smart meters, these two meters will be just washed out and new emerging technology of smart meter will be coming onto the market. Then what are the different type of communication technologies that are used in smart metering infrastructure? Communication technology is one of the most important aspect if you are talking about this smart metering infrastructure. Because for this bidirectional communication, there should be a communication technology should be used in between the consumers as well as the utility providers. It can be both wireless or wired technologies. The wired technology, examples for the wired technologies are PLCs like PLC, then fiber optic cables. These all can be used in between consumers as well as utility providers for the intercommunication. And there are also so many wireless technologies that are used for communicating between these two mediums. So wireless communication technologies are more preferred over wired because it will be having more bandwidth regarding to the wired technology, as well as their implementation cost is really low as compared to the wired technologies. So coming to the next slide, I'm just going to talk about the main two research topics of mine. That first one is energy theft detection issues in a smart grid and the security of the communication network. Energy theft detection issue. Energy theft is one of the most important or one of the worst situation in the case of a smart meter. In conventional energy meter also, energy theft is a serious issue and a serious concern. So while coming to the smart meter also, this energy theft is one of the most serious concern or the most worst concern and the most worst scenario. So there are so many research papers who's dealing with this energy theft, and today I would like to bring out a small model which is used for energy theft detection. That is basically a microcontroller based system. For this we are basically using a reed switch, LCD display and a GSM module and a microcontroller unit. Microcontroller unit can be Arduino board or PIC, ARM, like any of the microcontroller based boards. Then this reed switch is used to detect any tamper or any theft is taking place in this particular system. It is basically an electrical switch which comes into operation whenever a magnetic field or something applied into the network. So this reed switch can detect the tamper and it can produce some tamper notifications. So by using this reed switch we can detect any energy that is taking place in the system. So if any such tamper or some theft is taking place, the particular notification will be displayed on the LCD display, as well as GSM module is just used for sending any text messages or some notification to an authorized person. So if any theft is taking place, a particular message will be sending to that authorized person via GSM module. So it is basically a prototype model at the moment, and we can just implement to make the system more safe and secure. Then then we are talking about the security of the data as well as security of the system. So for that, I'm just putting forward a 3-layered security framework. The basic 3-layered security framework is given here. It basically 3 modules are there, like authentication, communication management, and network analysis, monitoring, and protection. Initially, it is basically a lightweight message authentication scheme is used for this security purpose. A lightweight authentication scheme can be carried out by 2 codes by using Diffie-Hellman key establishment protocol or hash-based authentication codes. So, and authentication is really important in case of a particular system. So, by providing this authentication scheme, we can reduce the attack of malicious softwares or something like that, which will surely affect the systems. Then this communication management module is used for message encryption, decryption, and for the end-to-end protection of that particular system. Then network analysis, monitoring, and protection module used to find any malicious attack is taking place or some intruders are taking into the system. So by implementing this 3-layered security framework, we can certainly improve the security of the data as well as the security of the technology. So that these are my research topics, and that's it. Thank you.